Hey guys, Rexasaur here and welcome to World of Tanks. I have a very special game for you today, which is a Pools Medal game. That's right, Pools Medal in World of Tanks is when you get 10 kills in a vehicle tier 5 or more in one game, and what a game this was. This was on several goals, going platoon with my brother in his Wolverine and Daimyo in his M4, and basically this game will highlight to you how, like, when the stars align, they align in such a way that you can just do 10 kills in one game. You just feel so fucking amazing. And the Kv1 is one of the best tanks in the game. This is a very tier 5 game. The only tier 4s, there's only one tier 4 per team. And yeah. But anyway, so we start the game off, we split off our forces onto two sides of the map. The enemy team seems to have gone through the middle. There's a T-34 there. I get a shot into his turret, and then he sort of passes out of sight, goes up there, put a shot into him, kill him. There's my first kill. My brother is already firing on into the fray in the middle, and I'm going to decide to move up. Since the enemy team haven't been spotted on either flank, I decide just to move up. There's an M4 Sherman, put first shot into him, doing damage. He is very badly angled, and Daimyo's already been killed by a dirt gun nevertheless. And then the M4 gets stolen from me, and I keep moving up. So the Kv1, as I was saying, is one of the best tanks in the game, tier for tier. And one of the reasons that is because it's got more front armor than the Kv1S, which is a tier higher, and it's got a very fast firing gun. It's got 4.3 second reload. Does 120 average. I'm going to pause this here. When you're in a platoon, and usually what happens is that it's very rare for you to get either a Top Gun medal or anything higher than that, because, like in my case, I platoon with people who are incredibly competent at the game, and manage to get kills and rarely ever die unless we all die, because we're usually together and stuff. The stars align in this one because neither my brother nor Daimyo survived the first 3 minutes of the game. This meant that all the kills that usually they would have got, because they are definitely competent enough to get kills and do a lot of damage, and a lot of the times we will get brothers in arms when all of us get 3 kills each. If they hadn't died at the beginning, there is impossible for me to have got any damage. If Bidin was playing in this game with me, I never would have got anywhere close, because Bidin would also be in a Kv1 and just killing everything as well. So anyway, we'll carry on. I decided to go left at this rock, since I know there are 2 tanks down there and they're all facing the left side. A lot of the enemy team has been spotted on the 3 line. I shoot the T-28's tracks, which is ridiculous. M4 doesn't have time to shoot me. I put a shot into him, and I've got 3 kills already. Now the K1 is, in my opinion, overpowered for its tier. I'm literally saying that now. I am in a tank that is overpowered for its tier. It is very possible to kill it if people target it and join together forces to target it. If 2 or 3 of the enemy mediums started shooting at me, I definitely would have died. But because they all went at me one after the other, it just didn't happen. So right now the flanks have sort of collapsed. I thought it was going rather well. I mean, I'm doing rather well, so I'm thinking the team's also doing rather well, but no, that is not what's happening at all. We're losing only by 2 tanks, that is true. But that's still pretty remarkable. So we're going to move forward. There's the Crusader. T-34 goes around, try and get him. I think I could get him through there, but it doesn't happen. The Crusader moves forward, and I managed to get him on the move. He moves around. He's going to drop down. Nice flush shot to get it. That was lucky it hit. I got so much RNG luck in this game, I will admit to that. A lot of shots that I did hits when a lot of the time they probably shouldn't have hit. There's the Wolverine. I put a shot into him. He doesn't manage to pen me, which is unlucky for him. He's got a gun that's very good enough. He manages to bounce one of my shells, and then he goes forward, and this is the point. It's like, why did you go forward? Silly conker. There's a Panzer IV-H. Try and put a shot into him. I've already got 5 kills. I'm like, oh, cool, it's going to be a Top Gun game. Awesome. I still haven't taken any damage. My tracks have taken all the hits so far. I don't think I've bounced anything. I think the Crusader definitely missed. So I'm going to move forward. There's the Panzer IV. Daimyo's shouting at me saying, "Oh dude, the Panzer IV's there, oh my god, watch out." I bounce my first shell, he completely fails. Now at this point, this is what the Panzer IV is doing well. He is circling me. Sadly, he's not circling me well enough. He does do 344 damage. That's because he's using a dirt gun. Sorry, my microphone's got completely destroyed there. He is using a dirt gun. Now, at this point, I'm like, oh my god, I'm turning so badly. So I'm turning really badly right now. And I turn my tank, and I finally get myself into a good position. The enemy Kv1 totally fluffs his shot. And then gets killed. There's a Type T-34. There's only 3 of us left. I missed my shell. There's me, the T-34 who was behind, who did a very good job. And then the S-35CA. The Type T-34 kills the friendly T-34. The Prussian gets ahead of me, and I managed to get myself a 7th kill. So there's only a T-49 left, a T-34 on the enemy team, and a S-35CA. The S-35CA and the T-34 are on the 0 line, and the T-49 has been last spotted at E3. So Daimyo gets a bit cocky for me, says prepare to die, and I'm like, oh Daimyo, you've just jinxed me, thanks. Because at this point I was thinking, oh, we could get a Radley Walters from this, and Daimyo was like, oh, you could probably get a Paulsman. I'm like, that's not going to happen. And then he dies, and I'm like, it's probably going to happen. But I am on 296 health, and my brother, who has played through the French TD line up until tier 6, does know that the S-35CA does do 300 average if it pens. I get a little cocky because of Daimyo's cockiness. So come at me, brah. 7 kills, and like, when you're in this kind of matchup, you just get so confident because the Kv1 is such a fantastic vehicle. It is overpowered to a certain extent, I guess. First shot in the S-35CA, I am basically at this point, no one can defeat me. The T-34 can if he gets lucky shots, but judging by the rate of fire he has and the fact that he's completely bouncing again and again, probably can't. There's a rock in the way, so I don't get the shot here. Then I look up, I can see his turret, and I'm like, oh, you're stock. Yeah, you definitely can't pen me. Put a shot into him. Boom. Radley Walters, 1 off a Pools medal. I'm going to accelerate this to 4 speed. Am I showing a space? Yeah, no, 4 speed. So I'm going to show you the results, like, once it's done. But yeah, the T-28 says that the enemy T-49 is AFK and is at E3, and I'm like, well, that's where he's spotted, and it's like, where the fuck is he now? So I'm thinking, right, I mean, there's 6 minutes left. I am a slow tank, but I can probably get to his cap if he's like decide that, and I can get back in time. So I'm not worried at all. And T-49 happens to be, guess what? AFK at E3. And I'm just like, oh, that was an easy pause medal. My first ever pause medal. So that was the game, guys. That is why the Kv1 is so fucking amazing. That was me celebrating in perfect harmony with myself. Here's the result screens. I'm not going to read them over because that takes a lot more editing. I don't really have time since I'm trying to do a fuckload of videos for you this week. I hope you enjoyed this game. Please, like, this is why you should get a Kv1. I mean, even at tier 5, you get this tank pretty easily. You get this tank within a week of playing. If you're not even playing, like, continuously. You pretty casually get it within a week. And you can do this kind of amazing things in this game. You don't need to be a master player, you just need to know the basics of the tank. So I wasn't doing anything particularly amazing. I mean, I did mistakes. The whole turning fiasco in the middle there, when the enemy T-34 and Kv1 were coming at me, that was ridiculous. Then the Panzer IV managed to get a rear shot into me. Ridiculous. I mean, you know, even masters would never have done that. But it's not, I mean, it's not simple. The stars do need to align, you need to get lucky shots, and you need to get good matchmaking, but anyone can get a pools medal. And this is why you should probably try your best at doing things like water tanks or any game. Anyone can achieve anything. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this this replay. I mean, I enjoyed playing it and was elated afterwards. And I shall see you next time for more amazing content.